All right. Welcome to the 11 Deep Dawgcast. I'm Star Wars Dog. Appreciate y'all being here. Let's get the show started. All right. Once again, welcome in. I have a little bit of a surprise today. I got some guests with me to help me talk through the Georgia game today. Some of y'all might know them. We got Row 60. Welcome in. Welcome him in.
Boom, baby. Woo! Glad to be here, Star Wars.
Yes, sir. Glad to have y'all.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having us on. A great Saturday night here in the state of Georgia. Happy to be on, man. Can't wait to talk some Georgia football.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I guess first off, I'll state the obvious. It was a bit of a cupcake game, of course.
Right.
But a good pad statin game.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up getting a 48-3 blowout. We gave up a field goal right at the closing seconds of the game, but what can you do? That's third and fourth string, and good for them. I heard they got one. No, I'm sorry, that was a different team. I was about to bring up how much Notre Dame paid for their ass whipping, but
that was good.
We'll bring that up later. A little teaser. It almost costs as much as the crane that I run costs. So.
Yeah, that was that was interesting, man. Very interesting day of football. I love it. That's why you love college football, man. Is for
absolutely
excitement like today.
I'm looking at scores right now. I mean, even Northern Arizona is beating number 20 Arizona 10-3.
Wow!
In the second quarter. I mean, it's just like you just can't guess this stuff. I mean, this is why Vegas makes so much money. Is because people like us, we're not gamblers, but I mean, there are people our age that they spend tons of money gambling and they lose it all because they try to pick games like this, and you just don't know. You just don't know. It obvious luck, but
there's like you're saying, there's been quite a few unpredicted things happen today. It's been wild. We were just watching Alabama, although this final score is going to confuse a lot of people because they just racked them up somehow. But there for a second with 5 minutes left, it was a 6-point game.
Yeah, and they man, Star Wars, they got bullied in the trenches for the majority of the football game. And when I say bullied, I mean not how an American Conference football team should come into Tuscaloosa and push Alabama around on both sides of the line of scrimmage. That was happening in Tuscaloosa, and I mean, it was a good blueprint, and we knew it last year going to the SEC championship against Jalen Milroe. If you put pressure on Jalen Milroe and don't let him get comfortable in the pocket, man, he tends to get rattled and make poor decision. And it seems to be this year in 2024 is the same Jalen Milroe that way. Like what Michigan did against him, what even Auburn did against him. He's he gets rattled, and that's what's got to happen.
I'll pose to you. That's kind of a Alabama standard. You apply pressure to Bryce Young, Tua, Hurts. They all were messy against, especially against our defense, and we put them back on their heels quite a few times.
But, that's
right.
Yeah, a wild day today. Wild day, and we'll get into that a little later in the show. But let's go ahead and cover our game again. It's a cupcake, so some good pad stuff. Some stat padding.
That's right.
So I was surprised to see Carson play two drives into the second half.
Yeah, I thought Gunner would be out there literally the entire second half, and then Rashada probably.
Right.
But we didn't even see Rashada
Nah,
today, did we?
Rashada didn't even play.
Or Pug?
Not Rashada or Pug.
Nope.
Really didn't see any third string guy. Yeah, I kind of did too. I thought maybe Stockton would go ahead and get the whole second half, but like you said, Star Wars, that Beck got the first couple drives of the second half, man, and solid day by Carson, man. Special team.
Solid day. He had 4 misses in a row that were just, I don't know if he was just a little too much juice on the arm or what was it, but he settled back down, got back into rhythm. He cleaned it up with that nice deep ball pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he really not terrible. 18 for 25. He threw for 242 yards, which put him at an average of 9.7 yards per pass. And against Clemson last week, that was 8.4. And he threw a few more yards. He threw 278 against Clemson last week.
Yeah.
Right.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns today.
Yeah.
From just Carson.
Yeah. He's something, man. And what I love about where he's at, and you got to have a quarterback like this to win a national championship, is how just calm he is in the pocket, and nothing rattles him. I mean, last week with everything, a nationally televised game, and then even this week, of course, against Tennessee Tech, man, it's just you could tell he's an NFL talent, just point blank period.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
And I think one unspoken thing about Carson, a lot of people don't talk about this, is his ability to run. And he's not elite by any means, not a dual threat guy, but when I say elite, I don't mean through the air. Obviously, he is right. Ground, but he can hurt you with his legs, and that's going to keep us. That's going to keep some drives alive this season. I can guarantee you, we're going to see some
the willingness to scramble.
Yeah, third and 7 situations where he takes off and runs and picks up big third downs. I can assure you that's going to happen several times this year. So
well, it surprised me. It was very early in the Clemson game last week, right? He took off and it's like, oh, what? Here he goes.
You forget he's athletic like that, honestly, sometimes.
That's right.
He's just so good at his reads, and usually he stays in that pocket, but give him the opportunity and green grass in front of him.
Yeah.
He's going to send it.
Yeah, he's patient. He looks through his reads. He's going to make sure there's a guy not open before he tucks and run. It's not like he's abandoning the pocket too early. Right. And that's important to do as a quarterback, to buy all the time you can. And then
you don't want the ball hog, selfish, kind of always looking for the scramble stat. You know what I mean? You want a quarterback to be a quarterback and distribute the football, not keep it himself. But sometimes if that's what the play gives you, that's what the play gives you.
That's right. That's right. Especially when you're spreading the field like Georgia does in the gun, and you get those inside linebackers out in coverage, man. It opens up the middle of the field and he just tucks and runs into the A gap. That's what we saw last week. They picked up a huge chunk of yardage doing that, and I think that's what you're going to see a lot on those third downs, like you said, Clark, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. That you go scramble for about 10 or 11 and get down and just move the chains. So,
yeah, for sure.
What'd you think about the? Wait, hold up. Let me count right quick. How many guys got a reception today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, I actually
8,
didn't
9,
pull that
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 guys.
15 guys.
And I know I get it. We're playing an FCS team, but at the same time, that just helps with recruiting to show that we do get the ball to a lot of different guys.
That's
and you're not you may not be a 1,000-yard receiver at Georgia, but dadgummit, you're going to get some touches and
that's right.
You get some targets. So
that's been a common line for Georgia, right? The last couple of years. Well, pretty much just under Kirby Smart. It's not a one-man show, even though we had the extraordinary talents of Brock Bowers. It wasn't a pass to Brock Bowers every damn time. Now, if we were behind the sticks and we had to go somewhere, odds were it probably was going to him. You could say the same for like George Pickens, characters similar to that, right? Yeah, but we still have options all over the damn field, and you don't know where it's going to go.
That's right. It kind of feels like, and something surprising to start off the first couple games of the year, that a lot of the plays are designed around Arian Smith right now. And that's kind of Carson's guy he's going to, but rightfully so with how they've worked with him in the offseason.
I'm just glad he got rid of the drop bug.
Yeah, and the playmaking ability that he has when he gets the ball in space and just breakaway speed. But it's like what Clark said today when we were talking about it. It's like, man, it kind of seems like wide receiver one right now is Arian Smith, but that might be for the first 3 or 4 games of the year is what Clark was saying. And then it might be Dylan Bell the next 3 or 4 games. And then at the back half of the season, Dominic Lovett's featured, So that's what you like about not having just what you just said, one key guy. You have a lot of talent just to distribute the football to, man, and people step up at different times when you need to. And then you got guys like London Humphreys in that wide receiver room that steps up and makes plays like he did last week when Dylan Bell went down. So, the offense, man, it's going to be a special year in Athens and a lot of points put on the board with. I think at first it starts off with the offensive line, how elite the offensive line is, and then it just goes out into the skill positions after that. And I don't really know where you would pinpoint the weakness being on this offense.
No, I don't know. And I mean, speaking of Arian Smith, here's his touchdown right here.
Robinson, he's fighting.
I love this.
Defenders running his way, pulling his way into the end zone.
I lied to you.
Touchdown.
Branson's run.
Branson Robinson, man, I like seeing what he did today, man. I mean, just coming back, this year off the ACL tear, I thought he looked today, and I know obviously playing Clemson's defensive line and Tennessee Tech's defensive line is completely different, but just knocking off the rust and getting back in the game speed, it looked like he was hitting holes quicker and going north to south quicker instead of kind of, just shuffling his feet and not and I felt like he did a better job of just hitting the holes a whole lot harder today. Like again, say that definitely was a Tennessee Tech defensive line, but still you like to see that. He looked like he was knocking off more of the rust today.
There was one time specifically, I sent a text to Adam. I was like, I just wish Branson would stop shimmying so much. And he did hit the hole hard today. But there was one time he got to the second level and he was faced with a linebacker and he just kind of broke down like, I'm about to make a move here. And he's kind of unsure. I'm just like, man, just lower your shoulder and go run over a guy. You know what I mean? I think he has that ability. Maybe he's just still a little scared, with the ACL and whatnot. I don't know, but
yeah. So to me, it gives off the same kind of vibe as Nick Chubb coming off of his injury, right? Like he's going to pop off, but for right now, it doesn't look like he's doing anything wrong, but it just there's a hint of hesitation in there, and a hint is all you need to not explode through the hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That slight hesitation is all it takes for the linebacker to close in on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes.
And it's so interesting watching Nate Frazier come in, and he doesn't really have that hesitation. That kid, he just runs north to south and as fast as he possibly can.
He gets the edge pretty good too. He was getting the edge against Clemson last week, like pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Special.
Speaking of Nate Frazier too, and he went out apparently his shoulder, according to Kirby. He could have gone back in, but obviously there's absolutely no need to risk it. So, but something to do with the shoulder. That's the latest thing that I got on that right now. Delp went out too, something with his ankle. Again, the same kind of deal. He could have come back, but that's also Kirby says that about everyone. So
that's true.
Drained lots and lots of salt. You might as well take the grinder out.
But, right, for real.
But that's the deal on those 2 injuries now. And we saw Malachi Williams in a boot on the little scooter before the game too. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but he actually had a boot on.
Michael did.
Michael.
Yeah, man. I think he's going to be, and I think what the hope is there is, of course, didn't play today. Don't need him today. Hopefully, you're not going to need him in Lexington next week. It doesn't seem like after seeing what Kentucky did against Carolina up there today. And then you get a bye.
Team's game of the week right there.
Right. So having 3 weeks of rest, not push him back because he's going to be a key cog on that defensive front. You had 4 defensive linemen out today. And
yeah, that is.
I mean,
right.
you think about it. You get Warren Brinson out, Jordan Hall out, Michael Williams out, and then Xavier McLeod out, or McLeod. I have not figured out the proper pronunciation.
I think it is McLeod.
McLeod.
Yeah,
So I mean, you get 4 of those guys out, and especially the interior guys that were out. I mean, it's going to be huge when you see a guy like Jordan Hall come back and a veteran like Warren Brinson, and then what they expect McLeod, the South Carolina transfer, to contribute too. But of course, Michael Williams, number 2 overall draft prospect right now. Need him back for Tuscaloosa. But yeah, 4 defensive linemen out today in a position group we can't afford to have too many injuries.
And and kind of the silver lining in Michael being out is you're not showing a whole lot of him on film. I mean, then Alabama will have film on him, but obviously from last year's matchup. But I don't know. I think Michael is poised to have just a true breakout season. I hate it for him because now is a time where I think he would get rolling if he were healthy. But when he goes into Bama, we're definitely going to need him because I think he's just so quick. And you have that kind of a rusher, edge rusher. That's important with a guy like Milroe.
Yeah, it's a lot of experience too that we're down on too. So that's hard to replace, let alone his natural abilities. Let me redeem myself. Here is Arian Smith's touchdown.
Beck wants to go deep, and he's got Arian Smith wide open. He has to slow down. He catches it hip high at the 12, and then a soft jog into the end zone. The defender never could catch him.
Again, it does kind of appear that Beck was slightly off. Like even that one was underthrown. Still plenty of margin of error there for him, but.
Yeah, I mean, Arian, God, he's just so quick, man. And
yeah, to be fair, it's probably hard to pace him.
Yeah,
it's very easy to underthrow.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
The Peach Bowl.
The Peach Bowl,
he had to sit and wait on it.
Right,
Thankfully there was nobody within 100 yards of him.
Right.
Ran completely blew by the 3rd level in that Peach Bowl. But yeah, I mean, he's a deep threat, man, and I love how we're working in on some of these jet sweeps and little tunnel screens, and just I think that's something that Mike Bobo has really been wanting to see, and he's been working with them personally one-on-one this offseason on what you alluded to, Star Wars, is being able to catch and secure the football and then being able to make a play with his elite talent and speed. And it just seems like right now he is the primary guy in that wide receiver room, which I wouldn't have expected coming in. But like we've talked about, man, it'll change because you got just these weapons with Lovett and Bell. But Arian Smith seems like it's going to just finally have the year that we've been hoping for since really we saw him as a freshman in the COVID Peach Bowl with JT Daniels throwing on the ball against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Right. And really, Arian and Bell only had 4 receptions today.
Yeah,
of course, they each shared a touchdown. And Arian had what was it? He had a 50-yard for that touchdown, obviously. Yeah.
Dylan had 4 receptions.
Let's see. Yeah, Lawson Lucky had a touchdown. Lovett had a touchdown, and Kobe Young had a touchdown. So there's your 5. Yeah. There's your 5 guys there.
Yeah, and that's another guy that could pop off a game.
Yeah, you just never know, man.
Yeah, young freshman, getting his feet wet.
Yeah.
Gosh, when you get him in the red zone, a big body receiver right there, you can just throw up a fade too. What we saw last week against Clemson, and you saw him come in just every red zone package today too. Yeah, I mean, a great get from Miami out in the portal, and somebody who is going to have some big moments this year, along with London Humphreys from Vanderbilt. So just that whole room we've talked about, that wide receiver room, just from top to bottom, a lot of depth, a lot of versatile guys to play different roles in this offense in that room and skill sets. And it's exciting, man. It's exciting.
Yep.
Absolutely. We got real Wade Nation in here. Colorado sucks. Is it official? Did y'all lose to Nebraska?
I looked at that from we're a pretty good distance from the computer right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't hardly see that. It looked like that he said collab sucks. I was like, dang, that's kind of harsh. Like, come on. I thought we were chopping it up pretty good here.
Bold statement here. He says Nebraska could beat Georgia. Yeah, okay. I at this point, it's too early to tell, but at this point, I don't know if anybody can. Our defense is nasty this year.
And it seems so arrogant of us to sit here and say, no, nobody can beat us. But truly,
Is it though?
Is
it though?
I don't think anybody can, man. The only thing that could be is the injury bug. Just keep knocking guys out.
And we beat ourselves.
And so I mean, and the Kirby Smart football team ain't going to beat themselves. It's very rare when that happens. If it does happen, I mean, it's just this team right now is just littered with talent, and even transfer portal era to have depth like Georgia does is unique, and not a lot of college teams have that now because of the transfer portal. And Georgia would have even more depth if we weren't in this era of college football right now. But as far as it goes, I mean, I would say they have the most depth of anybody in the country.
Yeah. I mean, we just that one coach, forget his name because he's irrelevant now, but we embarrassed him last weekend.
Yeah. What Dabo does, man, is I mean, it's just a different culture there. And what I love about Kirby Smart, man, I've said it, and I think it's the right way to utilize this era of college football. You got to adapt. Saban did it back about 10 years ago when there was these offenses were starting to go no huddle, hurry up, and went and got a guy like Lane Kiffin and had that run, man. You got to adapt to keep winning and not be stubborn. And I love it that you're not a Colorado, you're not a Florida State in a sense of you're going to build your whole team around the portal or Ole Miss. And then try to establish your culture with a bunch of mercenaries, right? No,
Florida State, right? Look at Florida State.
You utilize the portal and just plug in holes. Like the Kobe Youngs, the London Humphreys coming in, man, and the Mac Leod on the defensive line. I mean, but your primary source of guys is high school recruiting and develop them in the culture. Then you get guys that have to adjust coming into Georgia and the culture at Georgia to fit in. And that's what we do so well. And you hit. That's what Kirby Smart has done since he's utilized the portal is he's hit on guys too in the portal.
100%. Yeah. And, to be fair, the 2021 team, we didn't take any transfers that year.
Is that right?
No, you had
because he boasted that quite a few.
Yeah, I think the only one that comes to mind first that was a huge contributor was Darion Kendrick, starting cornerback.
Yeah, other than that,
that's exactly right, man. Because you don't need to, man. It's just these small, just pieces here and there. And no, you're right. You're right.
Well, Ty though too.
Yeah, Ty was one.
I swear, I remember him saying that we didn't take anyone out of the portal.
She got hurt in Auburn in 20.
He was proud of the recruiting that they did.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's coming to my mind. But either way, that
if anything, it didn't take a lot.
No,
that's
right, for sure.
Any really.
I mean, you really only got one thing that you could really say is.
So how about the fucking dogs? That's what
That's right. I was not expecting that.
That was good.
I was like, what is happening?
What's happening there was Kirby.
And then I saw the picture. I knew exactly
what it was coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like my clips around here.
I was about to say, I love how you have it. You got it on standby ready to go.
Oh yeah. You got to keep them forward. And Wade was kind of led us into a nice transition to the defense there. And I guess
that's what I was going to ask.
We'll start with this beautiful sack from Jordan Thomas. It's me. Heck yeah.
Wait, he's a freshman, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got this class is coming in. The young guys that you got in the defensive room, especially the defensive line room, is it's special. It's special. And, it was good to see those guys play today and get some reps. So.
Yeah, for sure, Matt. So one thing that didn't pop out, because of course we want sacks to be even higher, but I like to point out that. Yeah, we had 3 sacks, but we also had 10 tackles for losses. Dang. And let's keep in mind, they ran the ball 41 times. Jeez. They only threw it, I could actually pull that up. They only threw it 8 times.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And they ran it 40, sorry, not 41.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of those 8 times, we tackled him 3. Before he got the pass off.
Gosh.
That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, that is. That really is.
I mean, it was men versus boys out there. I mean, that defensive line was just the push that they got and how they got in the backfield all day was it was. I think Tennessee Tech had a drive where they kind of had some success on the ground, but outside of that, I still think they just averaged under two yards per carry. You know,
2 point. No, sorry, that's okay. 2.3 for passing, but also 2.9 for running.
Yeah, so. Just a dominant day by the defense, man. I love seeing guys in the secondary, just elite. Daniel Harris out there, just how he is at cornerback, how Julian Humphrey is. Those guys rotate across.
CJ Allen leading the stats with 5 tackles.
Yeah, I mean CJ Allen. I mean, just the middle linebackers. That inside linebacker room is so special and so elite. And these guys are only going to keep growing. I mean, you got CJ Allen, a young guy, and then a veteran, Smile Mondon starting, and then you got guys that are rotating in. Raylan Wilson, I felt like had a good day. And then, I mean, you got your young freshmen, your Justin Williams and your Chris Coles that are coming in, and they look like they could start on any SEC team right now, too. I mean, that's a room you're not worried about. I love seeing Damon Wilson on the outside getting some reps today, especially with Michael being down and kind of where Michael's at. And Jalen Walker is one of my favorite players on the whole team. Yeah, because I think he's a guy who just creates havoc when he gets in there. And
he's got an opposing presence too. Like you know where he's at on the field. You could like sense him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has a presence to him. But know, with him, we saw Jordan Thomas's sack. He also had a tackle for loss. You had Christian Miller got a sack. He also had a tackle for loss. And KJ Bolden got a sack and a tackle for loss. So they just stayed in the backfield a good bit of the game there. So that was some stat popping characters from this defensive performance today.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just as a whole, I mean, of course they didn't pass it very much, but when they did, the corners were right. They took a shot one time, and it was actually a pretty well thrown ball. And I forget who covered it, but it was
Julian.
I think it was. I think you're right. But it was, I mean, like white on rice. He was right on him. And clean. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Julian, honestly, he plays so great in coverage, but I don't know. He's gotten called a couple of times, I think, for playing a little too good. I don't know.
That's the sad thing about refs and pass protection or not protection, coverage.
Yeah.
Is it just there's so many times that, you could sit back. I know y'all watch the games a lot live and the Jumbotron does, but, I usually watch the broadcast and whatnot. But sometimes you're like, I don't know. It depends on what you think, because you could call offensive PI a lot of times too. Also, their rules aren't as clear as they think they are.
Right.
So the head turn, hand fighting. Well, if they're both, the ref will just let that one go. Well, if he's going to let it go now, why didn't he let it go the last time? Like, there shouldn't be any gray area. Why is there gray area?
Yeah. You know? I think it's just so subjective. And the same thing with holding on an offensive line. I mean,
sometimes it's blatantly obvious, but other times it's like, oh, his pinky got snagged in his jersey.
Right.
Laundry, you know?
Oh man. Yeah. It's tough. With refs.
It is. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. And that's why you just got to keep playing like you know how to play and your coach to play. And
I think we played a pretty clean game, right?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did. I don't know the penalty yardage we got. I know we had about 7 penalties last week for about 70 yards. I hadn't seen anything today. Didn't keep up with it. I mean, overall, man, what I like to see is at the beginning, the first 3 or 4 drives on each side of the football just came out and dominated on both sides, like you should against a team like Tennessee Tech. And then it's hard when it's against Tennessee Tech. You're absolutely dominating. How do you keep these 18 and 22-year-olds focused for the whole entire game? Just play 100% like they will against in Alabama and Tuscaloosa in the next couple of weeks. Right. And especially when it's hot, like it was today, man. And overall, I thought there was a good focus throughout the game. And when the young guys came in and got reps, that's valuable. One thing too we didn't mention that I really like what I saw that we did, even though it didn't work out for us, is what you do and what Kirby does in these games. Like you got teams like Tennessee beating Chattanooga 69-3, just running up. I feel like what Kirby does, because usually Georgia does not cover the spread against these teams when they're favored by 50+ points, is Kirby makes it situational football against these guys. Like, for instance, 50 or so seconds left in the first half. We call timeout to get the ball back, but we have 0 timeouts, and we're running our 2-minute offense, our hurry up offense. And it didn't work out, but it was good experience actually having in game time. And Kirby was coaching the whole entire time and going to the locker room with Carson that way. And how did we got back and got off a Hail Mary on 4th down. And
which was cool to see. I like that, because when's the last time we've seen a Hail Mary? Probably that heartbreaker in 2015 when Tennessee turned around and did it right back to us. And
so I just, the situation, that's the thing about Kirby Smart, man, is games like this, it's almost a practice in a sense, but just against another different colored jersey across from you. I mean, it's a learning experience all throughout that whole entire game with freshmen, with starters, with everything. And just that's a prime example is, we didn't need the points right there. It wasn't going to make or break if Georgia's going to win the football game, but who knows when you're in Austin, Texas, and you need a hurry up 2-minute drive to get some points at the end of the game when you're down by 3 or so. And you already faced some of those live bullets here against like a Tennessee Tech and got that experience, man. That's the things that Kirby Smart thinks about and what he does in games like this. I think separate him in this program from other schools, Scott.
Yeah,
I agree.
One last thing, and I got to go. My wife, God bless her, she's pregnant.
I got you.
But she's like, hey, we got to get home because my dog hasn't been let out in like 5 hours either. Anyway, one last note, though. You got to go watch. Anybody listening, and you too, Star Wars, I want you to go watch. And I think you haven't seen it yet either. Billy Wilder, is that the
Bobby Wilder?
Bobby Wilder.
Yep. Tennessee Tech head coach.
His head coach. Yeah. Go watch his post-game interview. But he's very. I'm always curious. I never really go back and watch teams coaches when we blow them out. I'll watch Dabo's because it's funny. But I watched his today just out of curiosity what he was saying, and just very complimentary, obviously, of Georgia, and just saying how we had a great program from top to bottom. He wants to replicate that sort of at the FCS level. And then he said towards the end, like, I'm pulling for these guys, pulling for Georgia, which you never really hear, but I guess it's because they're FCS school and FBS.
Like a different league.
Right. And he made mention of like, this was the big bad bully on the corner, and he was kind of beating up on some, elementary school kids or whatever. I was like, man, I don't know how I'd feel about that if I were one of his players.
Did the check clear or what?
They knew, man. And,
right. Oh yeah.
These games are so tough to get up for players. It's hard to get up for fans, man. I mean, it's the home opener, but they did what they were supposed to do. Really, we'll see what Oscar Delp, the injury report on him is. Hopefully you don't lose him for an extended period of time. But really what you want to do is improve fundamentals, get younger guys snaps, and get out of there with no injuries. And that's really all you want to do in cupcake games like this. And I feel like you check all the boxes with that today. Hopefully Oscar Delp, nothing serious. I don't know. I guess we'll find out that here.
Something to do with the ankle. Hopefully it's just a light sprain. I don't know.
Right. But I feel like, I
don't remember watching how gingerly he got up either. So I really don't. Don't know.
At the sideline, and he was walking, with a lot of weight on it when he came back out of the locker room. So I don't think it's going to be anything like what Brock Bowers had last year. That kept him out, the high ankle sprain that kept him out.
No tightrope surgery.
Right. So I think we should be good there. But as a Georgia fan, you got to be satisfied with what you saw today. It checked off all the boxes. I think you got younger guy snaps, not much injuries, and you just improved and getting ready for SEC play opening up in a couple of weeks on the road before you come back to Sanford next month.
100%. I just have one suggestion. If somebody could get this to Kirby at all, if we run a Hail Mary package again, put Malachi Starks out there. Somehow he has a magnet ability to get that ball.
That's right, to get up and elevate.
That's a great point.
And I like though what they did run with that. You get it to your big receiver. We just talked about Kobe Young and his body size, man. Somehow you had him, you kind of have your bunch formation on the right. And and Kobe Young split out left by himself, man. And hopefully your safeties are cheating over to your bunch formation, the guys like your smaller receivers, your Dylan Bells, Arian Smiths are getting down there. And then hopefully, you're learning the strong side of the defense to that bunch formation in the end zone. And you have less defenders around a big body guy like Colby Young to throw it up to. And so that was good to see, man. I mean, it was just
it was fun. It was fun to watch.
Play today. It was good. And what you want to see out of an elite team like Georgia. And it's time to crank it up, man. It's time SEC football starts next week. And then you rest, and that's the big one.
100%.
You're going to Tuscaloosa. So couldn't be happier as a Georgia fan with how the first 2 weeks have gone.
Yeah.
And I know you got to go, but real quick, we'll round out our game breakdown today.
Okay.
But we'll sing a little praise on the kicking. Peyton Woodring 2 for 2 on field goals and 6 for 6 for extra points. And poor Brett Thorson, he only got 1 punt off, but it was a good one.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to see Brett Thorson's punts, I guess, on TV. I would imagine maybe they show him, but I'm telling you, with the one punt he had today, it looked like a perfect spiral. I mean, it just soared, man. He is the best punter in America.
He is, man. And going back to last year, all throughout last year, and of course the first 2 games this year, no team has returned a punt from him yet. That's just how good he's been.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's a weapon when you flip field position, if your offense is a little cold for a little bit, and with your defense like Georgia's, when you get pin your ears back, when you pin the opponent back deep in their own territory, is huge. And Brett Thorson's an elite punter. Peyton Woodring has turned into an elite field goal kicker in his sophomore year. And Anthony Evans, as far as a punt returner, is a guy who is very confident back there. And I like what he's going to do. Clark mentioned it. He feels like he's going to break one this year. I think he's going to be a guy that's
surely we got 1 return, right?
Surely. Well, he almost had it today, but he got hawked down there at the very end.
But those are the things that win national championships is key moments like that in the special teams game from getting good returns, but mainly, hitting all your field goals and your punter being a weapon and pinning guys back deep and just checking all the boxes off again. And Kirby don't miss with that. Special teams is going to be a priority, and looks like it's going to be again here in Athens, Georgia. And teams that win national championships play solid special teams. Period. So
absolutely
great times, man. Great
100%.
Great times. Great times.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. Well, I know Clark has to go. Adam, could you stick around for around the country conversation? I got some other guests that we'll bring on, do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was actually my wife's looking at that too. That we have to get our kids to bed too, man. But
I got you.
It's late night, but if you want to touch on some around the country real quick before you get your next guys on, man.
Let's just pull them in right quick here. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Would you look at this? Oh, would you look at that?
That's great.
That is one of my all-time favorite YouTube videos.
Yes.
Ed Bassmaster.
Yep.
Elite.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So fantastic.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to need you to go ahead and play that one more time.
Oh, the look at this?
Yes, please. Just do me a favor real quick.
Oh, you need a little bit of time?
Yeah. Just play it one more time.
All right. Well, I'll pull you back. All right. Well, man. Yeah, we got Matt Tween here. Are you ready, or you still backstage?
I'm here.
Perfect.
No, I was being serious. I need you to play it one more time, please.
Fine. Here you go.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Would you look at this? Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, would you just look at that?
I see. You're setting something up.
I was queuing up a joke. There we go.
I see. It's
not going to remain like that for long, but whoa!
Yeah, 1-0 conference play. Congratulations.
What a game, too. I tell you, I want to meet the Carolina fan that thought we were going to do that after last week, because they don't exist.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, Caleb. Who are you a fan of?
Gamecocks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Big Gamecock fan.
Yeah, man, that was a big win. Big win in Lexington.
I'll be the first to say I did not expect that. I really thought
I didn't either.
After last week with the struggle against Old Dominion, I thought maybe it'd be a little bit closer, and for Kentucky, but I don't know, man.
I had high hopes for Vandegrift too, but oh boy,
yeah,
Wow, not
Rough
great.
day, man. Rough day.
I'm more just disappointed that App State couldn't pull it off again.
Oh, of course. He wants to kick his enemy while they're
I
down.
would have lost my shit if App State beat Clemson.
Will you see what's on their whiteboard behind them?
Yeah, Clemson still has their graduation rates.
That's right. Yeah, Clemson still has their graduation rates, man. You know, they that's what they're chirping about, talking about Georgia and their graduation rates because of where that program has failed to now, you know. Right. And I love it because honestly, that's what I was as a Georgia fan 13 years ago talking about, trying to just come up with anything else besides, you know, that not wanting to talk about really what's happened on the field when Georgia wouldn't win football games and been at the level of Alabama or some of these programs. Yeah. But now seeing these other schools making excuses. But
hang on, you're telling me that Clemson, a school that has at most about 15,000 students, is a basically private institution in the upstate of South Carolina, brags about having a matriculation rate higher than a public university in the state of Georgia?
Football players.
Oh,
football players. No, not overall. Football players.
Okay.
And this is a cherry pick stat. Yeah, I want to say, you know, I mean, I think this has something to do with the NFL, going to the draft, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty lame.
Yeah, man.
They can't hang their hat on actual results on the football field
anymore.
So yeah, they have to take shots at
whatever. That's when you know
they're creepily obsessed.
At where you want to be.
Yeah, they're creepily.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy.
That is one thing we can all agree on right there for sure.
Oh, 100%. Well, y'all only got limited time. What games did you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, we're gonna say this real quick, and then we're both gonna have to sign off. I'm gonna leave it with y'all boys. But no, I mean, great day of college football. Just that's why we love this sport, is you don't know what's gonna happen from every Saturday. I mean, the beautiful thing about college football was the Northern Illinois head coach's interview, the emotion, an alumni of that school winning that game of South Bend. That's why we love college football, man. Alabama, you know, they're struggling. They struggled in Tuscaloosa tonight. You know, then probably will come out and look like world beaters against Georgia in a few weeks. But that was fun to see. California beating Auburn.
Yeah,
Hugh Freeze's second year.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah, that 21-14. That was great to see as a Georgia. Great, and then Fran Brown, Georgia's DB coach last year, beating a Tech team ranked for the first time since 2015. As a Georgia fan, you couldn't have dialed up almost a more perfect day with your rivals losing. So, you know, I mean, I just love it. That's why we love ball is any given Saturday.
Do against Stanford.
Yeah.
I didn't check that one.
They blew him out.
For
a second, it looked like it might be a game, and then flag away.
For them.
Just everything's looking good, but that's all I got.
Yeah, it's not the only thing Florida is good at blowing.
Oh man! Well, fellas, we're gonna sign off. Our wives are like death stare at us.
I hear you.
We're gonna get on here one night when the wives aren't around, and we'll shoot the bull longer.
When the kids are asleep and everything.
Yeah,
man,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
I love how y'all do the late night, man.
Yeah, this is fun.
We hadn't stayed up this
late. We gotta do the post game show, man.
Yeah.
We gotta
do
all of it while the energy's still high. And
that's right.
For those of us that stay up and are probably about 11 drinks deep, you know.
There you go, man.
Is that the real reason it's called 11?
That's the thought process. 100%. You know, there's 11. We got 11 deep roster on the field at a time, and we're probably 11 drinks deep.
I love it, man.
That's awesome.
Well, Caleb, Star Wars dog, everybody, we appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good rest of the show.
Awesome, man.
We'll be watching and appreciate it. Go Dogs, baby.
Yeah, go Dogs.
Yes, sir. Go Dogs. Let's go for that three-peat, that shocker pitch. You know. So
yes, sir.
We'll see y'all.
We'll be in touch with you.
Yes,
sir.
See you. Have a wonderful night.
Have a good show.
All right. Well, I like to just thank them like no other. I'm a huge fan of theirs. They have a fantastic podcast. So anybody who watches over here, if you want more Georgia content, definitely go check them out. They are fantastic. That's Row 60. Really good guys there.
Solid setup. I liked it.
Oh yeah. Their production. He was trying to be humble backstage earlier. We were chatting before we went live, and he was trying to play down their production. I said, "What? It's y'all's is pretty damn good." So, yeah, Caleb, let's talk about your game.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's
I gotta
do
say,
that.
quite different feelings than last week.
100%. You talk about this. Look, I just real quick.
Oh, look at this.
4-6.
Which one is this?
This is the pick six.
Oh, well, this was beautiful.
Oh, that extension.
Dude, he's nasty.
Nasty. Just squeaks right in.
And honestly, the defense, dude.
As we head to the fourth quarter.
We'll watch it again. Just look how beautiful. Ooh.
Well, and the other thing, what's the name of their quarterback?
Vandergriff.
Rewind to just before the catch, will you?
Sure thing.
Like, that's a terrible. Why do you throw it to him? There's, and this is my slight issue with this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 white jerseys, 1 blue jersey. Where are the other blue jerseys?
So here's the thing. Look where y'all had him backed up.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Right?
So you
He's
got to get rid of the ball
near
quickly.
from his end zone.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the ball quickly.
He's desperate because they just kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh, my
The
God.
amount of penalties in this, matter of fact, I'll pull that up. The amount of self-inflicted wounds that they did on themselves was unbearable to watch.
Yeah, so they
and
did
then at this point,
11.
he said, screw it, threw it out there.
Yeah,
and
but so this is my question, though. Okay, so we've got, hang on 1 second. Go back just a half second. A little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 white jerseys in this pan, which means there's 3 more down there.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2 more.
Yeah.
2 more. Yeah, you're right. 2 more.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow. I'm a lawyer, not a mathematician.
But the way he that extension, wow.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Still not as great as that one that we watched last week several times. That one-handed roundabout.
Yeah. Crazy.
That dude's winning an ESPY. Like, that shit was insane. But I'll tell you, so they got I love it.
Celebration.
And that's the second time we've done that shit in their fucking visitor locker room. Fucking time.
Yeah, y'all got their number, right? You said, you said 3 in a row now.
Yep.
And I think every year they are favored. I wonder, can we look that up? I feel like every year they are favored.
What do you think? Vegas odds? Does Vegas
yeah, probably. Yeah, Vegas.
2014.
Because honestly, Kentucky usually looks like they're going to be decent.
Yeah,
and then,
so last year.
And then they shit the bed and they lose to Vandy and lose to South Carolina, and, teams that you're not supposed to lose to.
So I think we played them in week 14 last year.
He didn't catch it.
No, I caught it.
Oh.
I just chose to completely ignore you calling us shitty while we are number 1 in the SEC.
Yeah. Well, and like I texted you earlier too, we have to go to Lexington next weekend. Georgia does.
Yeah.
And watch them put up a fucking fantastic fight against us, and it's a close game. Like just watch that happen. Like,
no way. Kentucky's offense is garbage. It's straight trash, right?
Well, they had no protection on him. They were undisciplined. They were making so many errors. It was filthy. It was just a bad performance offensively. Their defense was doing okay for a while. And I'm not sure if it was South Carolina's adjustments with their scheming or.
So I'll tell you what I think it was. Real quick. November 18th. What is that? Is that week 13?
It's probably a Saturday if I had to guess.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope you sing your balls.
It's so hot in here right now.
Good.
I'm about to have to kick the AC up.
Good. I hope it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. I got to pee too, so take it away.
All in. Okay, so now we played Missouri that week. 2023 is last year. Then I'm looking at 2024. Jeez, I thought I was going insane. Filtered by the SEC. So plus is minus 3.5 is favored by 3.5, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so Kentucky was favored last year. And I can't get to 2022, but I know that Kentucky was favored in 2022. Because it was because I actually think they were ranked. They were like 18, I think. 2022. They were 4-2 or 4-1. Actually, we were ranked. We might have been favored in that game.
Was Kentucky ranked today?
Clarify that? No, they were not.
No. All right. So in 2022, Kentucky was number 13 in the country, and they were 4-1, and let's see, and we beat them by 10. This was our biggest road win, like by points, in years against an SEC team. We had not beat, which isn't saying much because 25 points. That's a lot for anyone. Georgia goes and plays Vanderbilt, beating them by 25 is a lot of points.
Yeah, it's still
Like, yeah, dude, bro. I don't know what happened, but your camera has just shit the bed.
Has it?
Like you're just fuzzy. It could be how my stream yards, but.
Oh,
It's a little better now.
I'm checking YouTube right now.
But yeah, 25 points. That's crazy. And it's funny because I was playing a video game while it was happening. I thought the game was 4:30.
Fake fan.
And so shut up. And so I didn't have anything set up. Like I was gonna pull it up on my phone and watch it while I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I get I get 2 text messages, one from the Soda Hours Club and one from my best friend saying touchdown. I was like, hang on. And it was like 4:07. It's like, no, we don't play for another like 22 minutes. What are y'all talking about? I pulled it up, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so naturally I was like,
the Georgia game actually started earlier than I thought it was. I thought it was 2:30. And I was sitting there watching what game was I watching? I was watching Texas, Michigan, and I just check it just because, and we're already 2 minutes in. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And we had already had a touchdown.
So did they speed up today? Because it's weird for that to
move
happen
things forward. Yeah.
Matt, any idea?
No idea why they do that. I don't know.
Yeah, his was on schedule.
Yeah.
His game.
But yeah, and so naturally, I'm superstitious when it comes to sports. Not because I actually believe, if you wear the same underwear every game, you'll win, but because I like to have something to blame. So, like, I don't want to blame my team. I want to blame, it's because I didn't do this.
Yeah. Actually.
And so, obviously, I was like, I guess I can't really watch the game right now because we're doing well and I'm not involved in the game right now. So I pulled it up on Twitter. Like I've got some follows on Twitter that I can pay attention and they'll tweet every single thing. And then we started kind of sucking again. And I was like, oh, okay, we're just going to turn it off. And then I think we got the 10-6, and then we scored. So we scored, and I was like 17-6. Let's do it. No, because we were only up. We kicked a field goal. Right?
What time period are you trying to talk about?
This would have still been the second quarter. Beginning of the second quarter. Overview. It was 10-zip, 10-3, 10. Yeah, because we went into so I watched I missed the touchdown. So I missed basically the first half of the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And then I watched the rest of that first quarter. And then I got really upset that we couldn't get the touchdown that ended up being that field goal. So I was like, okay, I need to stop watching.
Right.
But I obviously still kind of let's look real quick. I was.
Did you get to watch the South Carolina game at all, or no?
I watched a little bit of the. So when was kickoff?
The main one for kickoff was Texas, Michigan.
Yeah, so I watched the first quarter and a half of the Texas Michigan, and I kind of flipped back and forth between that and the Arkansas game, and both games seemed to be well under control. So I actually went and took a nap because I knew it would be a late game for us.
I did that last week,
And I woke up and started to get it, saw kind of the aftermath of Arkansas, and had a good laugh at that. And saw how bad Michigan got kicked, and then I saw Kentucky just implode.
Yeah, So I can tell you exactly when they imploded.
And we'll circle back, but I just want to touch. You brought up the Arkansas game because that was my secondary that was on the phone. Because I admittedly I like Sam Pittman a lot. He was our offensive line coach for a long time at Georgia with Kirby, and I just think he's a wonderful human being. But I was hoping good things for them, and this was early on.
29 coming up. Green hit as he throws, and it's picked off at the 30-yard line. Cale Smith.
But this was before they really got the lead. But they had like a 3-score lead and was just holding on to it and did nothing. They ended up taking it to double OT because the first overtime produced no points from either team. But
that's kind of pathetic.
Yeah, they both missed their field goals. But
from how far out?
Within range. They both missed.
Pathetic.
Yeah. But it was pitiful. So the whole first half they were on fire. In the second half they just stopped. They just stopped playing defense. Well,
Oklahoma State scored 18 in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just imploded, like I said.
And I would say they stopped playing defense. Their defense was exhausted because no offense was played whatsoever in the second half. It was hard to watch because, man, for a long time it was like, oh shit, look at this upset happening, and then they started playing a different game. I mean, and maybe we can contribute that to Oklahoma State with their adjustments. You certainly could, but boy, I don't think their defense adjusted that well to Arkansas's offense. It just looked like effort was just gone.
Well, Mike Gundy is a man.
Yeah.
So he's not going back down from anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's been a very interesting week. I mean, I was just looking at some other scores. I've seen Iowa State beat Iowa. I saw another top 25 team lose to a lesser opponent today. So, of course, Notre Dame is the big one. I don't know how Sundowner, is feeling today, but probably not good.
Speaking of hell, I'll just pull up some scores here. We'll just kind of cruise around right quick before we pivot back to that embarrassment. But yeah, there's some weird ones. Like this is deceptive here. I don't know if you were paying attention to the Alabama South Florida game, but they were struggling for a while.
Yeah, they struggled. It was a pretty close game during the first half.
There was 5 minutes left, and it was a 6-point game. Like it was.
Yeah.
Woo,
The Alabama game.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they
It's
just
pretty
ran away
upset,
with it.
honestly.
It's not the first time they've struggled against them.
Yeah, that
It is this year. But.
that score does not show
No.
the real winner of that. Honestly, South Florida won that game. Like
in public opinion,
yeah,
sure.
you know what I mean. But like
Yeah,
that
Besides
was
the
in
score.
no way a.
Oregon's getting fucking beat right now.
My
Ooh,
fucking
look at
buddy.
that.
Where is it? It's at Oregon, right?
Uh,
I mean, usually the team on the bottom is Boise State at Oregon.
yeah, I think you're right. Yep, I think you're right. Bottom is where the home team is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, one thing I do have to say that I think is really, really funny. You know the guy that missed that field goal for Notre Dame? You know where he was playing. You know where he was playing last year, right?
Where was he playing?
South Carolina.
Really?
Oh.
But he graduated. He was here for the full 4 years. Did really well. Graduated and then went to Notre Dame for grad school. So he's playing there as a grad student.
Huh.
And I bet they wish they didn't have him now.
Oh my Lord. Look who showed up.
Right.
What's up, Benny? How you doing?
The newest 12th man.
Look at that at A&M.
Oh, he's even got merch on. How about that?
Yeah.
That's why he
Hell
joined.
yeah.
He wanted you to see his merch.
Hell yeah. I also texted him and said, "Where the fuck are you at?"
Yeah.
But
Been lounging.
But yeah, man, we're talking about all the craziness going today.
So, unfortunately, I was only able to catch the Texas-Michigan part of that game because when I went out to the bar, I was telling you about over text. I guess this is something that happens every year with ESPN and DirecTV.
It was today, basically.
Yeah. So hopefully they solve this shit by next weekend. Well, it's not just Disney Plus; it's DirecTV too, from my understanding.
No, it's DirecTV has a problem with Disney.
I see.
ESPN.
I see.
And yeah.
But yeah, apparently this has happened ever since the merge with Disney, and
so the bar couldn't show it because they had DirecTV.
Exactly, and so
DirecTV.
I was like, God damn it! I was stoked. I was like, I'm gonna have some drinks, get some food, watch the game.
One of my other daily listens for Georgia content, Locked On Bulldogs. They brought up the real loser of. No, I'm sorry. I think it was Josh Pate actually. They kind of blend together. Either way,
when does this thing come out?
I'm not sure, but either way, they the major loser of last week was DirecTV, and it's gonna be again this week too because you're gonna have bars that scrap all of their. You know how you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and they'll have like a cabinet just full of those. For that. I can't get good high-powered internet. Get fiber optic, and get YouTube TV.
YouTube TV,
every
exactly.
TV in that.
Not only are they scrapping or are not able to show ESPN right now, they're raising prices, and they've just offered $30 credits for Fubo and one of the other ones.
I'm slightly confused because the little I was reading about it saying that it's regional. So how come some colleges you can get the games and then because I made sure to look, like I could pull up a few of them on ESPN Plus.
Well, you could pull it up. You could watch it, but at the bar they had DirecTV, so they couldn't get it.
No, I couldn't pull it up at my house. Otherwise, I would have just put the game on at home.
I could have helped you with that. You could have found it.
Well, when I clicked on it, it said you had to type in your provider, and then it started asking me to go to
Yeah,
So I probably
And it
Reddit.
wasn't on ESPN.
Go to Reddit next time.
Yeah, that isn't over. I contributed to greed. There's a lot of corporate greed kind of going on, but and I'll get to that in just a second, Mom. But it just nowadays, like my game today was behind a paywall. We call it the paywall game. It was on ESPN Plus. Now I'm okay because I have Hulu Plus live TV. So that includes, and YouTube TV also includes ESPN Plus. So that's how I'm able to have ESPN, and I'm able to watch whatever game that I want on my phone, on the apps, or on my TV with Hulu. So I'm fully covered with what I've got. I've been contemplating switching to YouTube TV though.
Yeah. So if you have YouTube Premium, are you able to watch? No,
Nope.
You have to have YouTube TV.
They're two separate entities.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
I don't even think they do a bundle
for next
Premium
week if it isn't solved. Like I would have to go through your provider, right?
It's probably going to be on a different network. So one thing is your games, like for your team, are more than likely not going to always be on the same network. You might be on ESPN network. You might be on SEC network, which is
like this week we were on second line was on SEC, but next week we'll be on ESPN.
Right.
There's a pecking order for who gets to claim, unless it's a long-term.
It's a money thing.
But they have a little
deal.
Yeah, ESPN will get first dibs on
ESPN
some game
for College Game Day, right?
ABC,
and then
first,
and then the second pick is CBS 3:00 game.
Nope.
Yeah, CBS.
Not anymore. CBS is Big Ten now. They're gone.
Oh, that's right. They moved.
They have no rights to the SEC. They're gone.
That's right. We don't have to listen to Gary Danielson anymore.
Yep.
Jeez.
But we
Where is he again?
with the bing.
Yeah.
We don't get that anymore.
I know.
I miss the Jefferson Pilot days.
Yeah. And honestly, I like Brad Nessler, but Gary Danielson is just God. Nails on a chalkboard. But yeah, so now the main ESPN is ABC. And ABC is owned by ESPN, so it's kind of one of the same entity, but they sort of separate it. But they slap ESPN on everything. Again, it's all money. It's all money driven. I was talking to my buddy Tyler about this and conference alignment and shit like that. It's all driven by money. It's all driven by TV corporations. That's what college football
is a perennial thing.
Now. So this is the second year in a row Disney has done this. Last year they did it with Charter, and their holdout lasted 11 days. So we're now on day 5 of it, I believe. So
so much business.
I wouldn't be surprised if the two of them, get the table this week and figure out.
Well, they're going to have to.
Yeah.
How many bars are going to
both? They are both losing money.
Not only that. Okay, especially out here, like every single bar pretty much is going to want to play the game, and it attracts people who aren't actually physically going to be going to the stadium to come and watch the game and feel a part of the crowd. So I can't, and that's just one college. Like how many of them get affected by this, per year?
Well, it's not even just the colleges, every bar.
Well, yes, but that's my point.
Every single bar.
That's my point.
In this country.
And then on top of that, it's just not morally. I mean, and look, we're talking about a huge corporation. Morals aren't really applied in this statement.
And we're also talking about the networks, the same ones that lie to us about other things.
Exactly, but they do these. They sell us these bundles, they sell us these bundles and they advertise it as something that like, oh yeah, if you get it with us, you'll have access to all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden you find out you're paying for this and you can't even access.
So that's what the big hiccup is for this.
Yeah.
The Disney wants DirecTV to bundle Disney Plus with DirecTV. They want those 12 million subscribers that DirecTV has.
Yep.
And DirecTV doesn't want to do that. But
it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them.
It's going to hurt them both.
There's plenty of options. Like I said, YouTube TV, Hulu. You don't have to worry about fucking weather knocking out your satellite dish. Like, as long as you have high-speed internet, you can have every TV screen in that bar streaming whatever game you want.
But it's funny. It makes it in the end, it sounds like it's going to hurt Disney Plus the most because if you can get Hulu, like they have a merger with that. So, if you get that bundle,
they own Hulu.
Yeah, but that's my point. Yeah, okay, so I see what you're saying, but still, like, what's the point in making all these bundles, if you're not going to have access to the actual content that they're supposed to be providing, right?
Yeah.
I just found it weird. But next week, hopefully they have that wrapped up, and if they don't, I'll give you a call just to try to help me figure that out.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out for sure.
I was kind of bummed I couldn't watch. But
there's a phrase you need to learn. It's blank versus blank Reddit stream.
Okay. Why? Can you just pull it up for free on your phone? Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He was a little bit behind, but let's get back to the craziness of this week, and then we'll circle back to y'all's games. But we'll start off with the Notre Dame, and here's the aftermath speech.
You have to unmute that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting any volume.
No, it's shit audio.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, there's no audio.
Oh, let me fix that. I thought I had it right.
I'm so proud of our kids, the coaches, and everybody. They believe. They believe. And we can't get that enough.
He's proud of his kids. They believed. Tears running down his face. They laid the wood.
You not be romantic about college football.
Right here's their winning kick.
To give the Huskies the lead. Snap good, hold good, kick good.
And it's good.
Well,
here was Notre Dame. Missed.
At the slide of scrimmage.
No, not missed. Blocked.
And that's blocked at the slide of scrimmage. And the Huskies are celebrating.
This is how the game ended.
The biggest upset in their school's history.
So you think that's good?
Thank you for the check. Thank you for the $1 million.
$1.4 million.
Yeah,
this
cost almost as much as the crane that I run every day.
Yeah, this is the local radio in Northern Illinois. That's NI, right?
Yeah.
Lining it up. 5 seconds left. NIU up 16-14. 62-yarder. Snap, hold, Jeter's kick. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! Picked up by NIU! Picked up by NIU! The Huskies have done it! The Huskies with the biggest upset in NIU history! They come to South Bend, Indiana, and they knock off the number 5 team in the country. NIU 16, Notre Dame 14. The football gods were shining down on NIU.
I fucking love that, man.
Bro, this is why we love college football.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting on all summer.
You hear that? A local oh my, it doesn't get better than that. The upsets, the rivalries, the pageantry, just college football is, it kind of goes without saying. If you're here watching, you probably feel the same. It's just, it means so much to everyone watching, and Notre Dame taking this L, to me, I think they should be out of the rankings. I know they're number 5 now, but you lose to Northern Illinois. And apparently your win-win that was questionable was last week against A&M.
And everything I heard when I was out today was what happened with, after like watching that game, after the Notre Dame game is happening, everyone's just like, what happened with us last week?
Right. Well, keep in mind, these are college students, right?
Yeah.
So you get a Cupcake team come in, and this happens from time to time. It happens to the best of us. It's happened to my team. It happened to Alabama before. It's happened a lot, and it's exciting when it does. It happened to A&M a couple years ago with App State coming to town, and they got the best of them.
Oh yeah, that was a big story because of the Midnight Yell stuff they did the night before.
Well, and wasn't that the year that? I don't even want to say that because I think that's wrong. I was going to say, is that not the year that A&M beat Alabama? Yeah, look that up, please. Because for some reason, I think that it is, which would make it even crazier. But also, I think it was early in the season, so that might not have been. Either way, the upsets happen to the FCS schools. And this is just an example of you've got to wake up. You've got to play them. You've got to execute at your level. Basically, it has to be another practice to perfection against them. You can't just, whatever. Like, we got this in the bag, because if you fuck around, you'll find out, just like Notre Dame did. And speaking of fuck around and finding out, which I say that, but did they really? Because what I'm leading into is the Michigan and Texas game, and obviously Michigan lost a lot of talent last year after they got the national championship and stole a bunch of signs. Were they one of the 4 best teams? Who knows? It's debatable who those teams should have been. But anyway, here's a quick image of what happened in the game.
Bruh, what the fuck is this?
Getting their ass whooped.
Got to lay it on them a little bit, But yeah, they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for it. What do you think,
Matt? They got taken behind the woodshed, and I think you're looking at. I think Ewers is probably going to be the Heisman winner.
Ooh,
I really do.
I'll push back, and I will raise you a Carson Beck.
It's likely that one of those two could definitely be in there, but Ewers is he's been tested. Well, Michigan was not much of a test, I guess, but went on the road to Michigan.
It's
a hard place to win.
It's a good win. It's a good win.
Yeah, very good win. He did a good job there. So Michigan was not ready, and did they not have their Connor Stallions there stealing signs or scouting signs?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they did lose. It seemed like every other player picked in the later rounds, or in the first few rounds of the NFL last draft were Michigan players. They did lose a lot, and they don't have Harbaugh there, so a little bit of that going on. But they're still a pretty solid team. Totally outclassed today.
For sure.
The one I'm really liking, and the Heisman's never going to go to another defensive player. It's never going to happen again.
Okay.
But the dude that I'm really liking is our new our freshman edge, Dylan Stewart. That guy has been just living in backfields like this in these 2 games. Granted, the first game is Old Dominion, yeah, but today he one of the reasons that they kept having to punt and give up short field position was because Dylan Stewart wouldn't give up. He kept wanting another sack. He only got one sack, which was incredible that he only got one.
Wow. Man. What a
but
fucking
that
day.
The
How
series
did them doing theirs?
The series where they had like 3 or 4 holding calls against them and were basically stuck inside their end zone. Stewart was like a foot from the quarterback for all 4 plays.
Damn. Well, that's good. I mean, and really, you know what? We'll postpone this. Let's go back to y'all's games. Let's finish out South Carolina's. I wouldn't classify it as just an upset and just a win. What y'all did to Kentucky was embarrassing. You embarrassed them. Like you pantsed them in front of the school when they were trying to make a speech on stage with the spotlight on them.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's so crazy about it is it's all halftime adjustment. Because it was 10-6 going to halftime.
Yeah. It was a close game.
4, yeah. And then they crossed the 50 once after that.
Yeah, be.
Like it's crazy. Just the wheels fell off the fucking bus. Like I don't think I've seen a team collapse like they did. And hats off to Beamer. Whatever he said in the locker room, whatever Clayton White said or Dallin Loggins, it clearly fucking worked. Because they went out there, and that was a different team. That was not the team that played the first half. And we even got a Wildcat on one. Robbie Ashford came out and played Wildcat for a possession. That was pretty cool. I love when we do that. Every now and then. Honestly, I love it when anyone does it. Fucking Ole Miss did it earlier today. Did you see that?
No.
So this was it.
Couldn't watch anything.
So here's Ole Miss. I don't know if he knew what he was doing. If he made a mistake, it was just like, I want to get real close to my center. Or what? But what the shit was that?
Was that Jackson Dart?
Nah. 2 for Ole Miss. I don't know who 2 for Ole Miss is.
Yeah, it's designed to go right up the middle, but apparently that door was closed.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it is Jackson Dart. So, they had 2. I think this is their backup. I don't think they did an actual Wildcat, which is usually, when you got your fullback out there to receive it. But yeah, Dart just wanted to get real close to his center, popped up there, and then let the ball go through his legs.
It was brilliant. I love the play call. I love it.
Especially and is Dart their starter? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, he's their starter. He's like their star.
So this is what's so great about this. Every one of these fucking people are going, hold on a second. What's their quarterback doing on the edge? Every single person there has no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And honestly,
that is Lane Kiffin trolling everybody.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, though,
absolutely.
watch the linebacker. He actually snuffs it out pretty good, but he doesn't get there in time. Play it.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh yeah,
He was there and he missed it.
Yeah.
What is that? Number 20. He missed
I think
the
it was
tackle.
20. Yeah,
He was there, and the next guy behind him.
yeah, they both got it. I think it's just
Damn.
well, it's probably
like it,
because they're all watching. I mean, he's getting the ball. They're all watching him, but I get a feeling you kind of see it back here. All these guys are going, hang on a second, that's the number of the quarterback. And so, they were, I think that whole left side was confused.
Yep.
But I think that's my nominee for weird play of the week. That was wild.
Okay. All right. I think I've got a good one. Weird play. Oh, okay. So not weird play, but I have one that's crazy. This is from Friday night. You're not gonna have sound, but you'll see it. Goddamn. Hold on to your butts.
And he's dead.
Oh.
Ooh. He is dead.
Ouch. He turned into a plank of wood.
If that game had been played on Saturday, that would have been a penalty.
Dude ran him over.
Damn. I mean, damn.
You got T-bone.
Ooh, holy
that
crap.
Honestly, dude, that the guy that got hit got up and medically retired an hour later. There's no way. There's no way. It's like that. Remember, y'all, I don't know, Matt, if you follow NFL at all, but there was a player for the Buffalo Bills. I think it was like the first game of the season, or it might have been halfway through the season. But he went into the locker room in between the first and second quarter, I think, and just quit. He retired from football right there.
Oh,
and it wasn't even done with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got retired. He didn't have a choice. He got retired. Jeez. Well, he got retired. He came back last year, but he almost.
Tell me what y'all think of this.
And then a terrible snap.
Oh,
Smith is going to have to go.
Oh yeah. This is from 2014.
It's still loose.
Oh, yeah. This is like the longest.
It's third
and forever.
Yeah.
It is finally recovered.
It's third and 86 from their 5.
You know what that reminds me of, Jim? Is those backyard sports games. Like way back in the day, and you'd get the butter ball, the butterfinger thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Music.
Here's a good one from today.
Pass the outside.
Holy shit, dude! Give your wide receiver a shot.
Yeah, that was shit. That was on the quarterback all day.
It's going to be a pick 6 for the Missouri State Bears.
This is the next Kurt Warner. Actually, I think Kurt Warner's son is playing college football, so that'd be kind of funny.
Pass the outside, bobble, and it's picked off.
Oh, no.
Returning it.
Oh, no. Good return, dude. Good return.
The worst part about this is Ball State is on their second. No, this is their first game of the season because Ball State had a week 1 bye.
A week 1 bye. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Did you see this too? So Tenn they got a win, and to preface it was a win from a pick 6. So this guy here has the ball still from the pick 6. Here comes the athletic department from Cincinnati trying to get the ball from him. And they're not really having it. You got Penn coach. They're still trying to pursue it.
Yeah, well, it's their job. It's their job to get the ball.
Right. And then you have a Cincinnati player
chasing down Javon McIntyre.
Flag.
Yeah,
I would have flopped right there.
Yes,
I would have done the
Yes.
biggest flop.
Wait, did y'all see
Yes.
the super weird flop?
Find it.
Yeah.
What team was that? What team? Oh shit!
I
Was
think
it
they were
from
yellow.
today?
Was it UCLA?
Yeah. I got it right here. I love this so much.
Oh wow!
Sportsmanlike conduct fouls for each of those players.
It's a double flop.
Well, if Barnett had just fallen down, he may have been all right. But
He's giving him CPR.
What a good teammate there, ready to administer CPR. Oh no!
Is that JMU?
Yeah, that's happened.
if Barnett had just fallen down, he may have been all right. But
Dude, that's fantastic. Oh, that was last.
He oversold that one.
Oh man, that was fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
But geez, man, college football. Matt, we didn't talk enough about your game. Let's go. What do you think about your win, North Carolina State?
It was all right. Yeah, Vols ended up. It was a little rocky start. NC State's. Got to respect them. No, they were in Charlotte.
That's right. You were in Charlotte.
So it was it was a neutral game, but it was more home game for NC State really. But Tennessee, Knoxville's not far from Charlotte, so both teams showed up. Fans showed up. But it was a little rough the first quarter. The teams were both a little dull, but Tennessee finally started to get some things going, settled in. And Nico,
when y'all did, you definitely.
Well, yeah.
Did.
Once we got once our walk-on white safety got a pick six, an 85-yard pick six, it was pretty much momentum was all in our favor then. We loosened up in the second half and started throwing the ball. Nico had one interception and a couple, one interception was not his fault. His arm got hit due to a bad block by his offensive line, and that turned into their only touchdown of the game. So we handled it pretty well.
How do you say that?
Nico Iamaleava. Iamaleava.
Hawaiian?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had the same coach as Bryce Young.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he comes from that kind of coaching tree, discipline, and he's basically Bryce Young, but about 5 inches taller.
Gotcha. So actually playable.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have sound on this. That's all right.
Yeah.
He's, shit.
Yeah, they went all in on it was zero coverage, and they blitzed the corners or blitzed from the edge, and nobody was in the middle. I
don't remember if they were projected. I didn't pay attention at all, but I'm gonna call them projected. The projected number one team in the Big 12 lost today.
Who would that be?
Colorado.
Oh yeah, Colorado they're chumps. I mean, Nebraska just exposed them big time. You take that Travis Hunter kid; he might be a good talent, playing both sides of the ball, but I don't know what Deion's doing.
Yeah,
no idea. Building too much with it's too much hype.
Wade was in here earlier.
Yeah, Wade.
So
Adam,
this was
watching, buddy. That was one of the guys, row 60. That was on.
Okay, cool. Can I share this real quick?
Yeah, just real quick. Let me.
Oh, okay.
One more highlight for Tennessee here. No more sound, but you just watch.
And this was where they did the weird mayonnaise contest thing.
Yeah, where they were chugging the mayonnaise.
Can we get that? Okay. I will look for that.
Dude, I don't want to see that shit. There's a difference. Nasty. There's a difference between, hey, let's pour mayonnaise on Shane Beamer or Mac Brown and let's eat a tub of mayonnaise. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
So this Barstool Sports tweeted this out. It was like summing up the Colorado-Nebraska game in one play. Nebraska's throwing the ball.
Oh yeah, I know this was
just for everybody.
Raiola, here comes a safety blitz, gets rid of it, almost intercepted, then caught, and a touchdown, Romeo Johnson.
You had it, then you didn't.
Wait, hang on a second. That makes the game 28-zip. Wow. So what happened in something happened in the locker room to Colorado's defense? Because they didn't let another point happen for the rest of the game. That's actually
well, that's a moral victory, I guess.
And so this is what I saw. This, Benny, have you haven't gone to one yet? Have you?
No, I'm gonna try to make my way to one this.
So
this
I don't know if you know this, but one of the things, because All-State sponsors all the field goals basically at every single school. And so when you kick a field goal or a PAT, they give a certain amount of money away. And one of the things they do is they sponsor a field goal kick, probably during halftime for everyone. And you grab a random guy from the audience, and they try to kick I think it's like a 25-yard field goal. This was Colorado's today. Sign him up.
Wow.
He's a great onside kicker.
I cannot find it right now.
That's okay, because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
try to eat.
Thing.
Look, I like mayonnaise. I'll put it on aspirin if I can, but I won't eat it out of the jug.
Yeah. With a spoon?
I'll put it on aspirin.
No, with my fist. With my fist. Yeah, I'll put mayonnaise on anything.
Damn, I'm so sad I can't find it right now. What the heck?
Totally okay with that.
So while he's looking for that, it was Kansas that lost to Illinois today. Another top 25 upset.
Okay, here, I'm curious what y'all have to say about this. Is this a catch?
No.
Yeah, if his left foot still down.
No. Well,
no,
not scared when his foot was up.
His foot was already up.
I think they called it. I don't know whether or not they did, but by the fact that it's going around, I think they called it a catch.
Doesn't have it yet.
Oh, I found it. I found it. Oh, God, get ready.
Women and children, hide your eyes.
Oh, so when I've seen this, they showed it on the broadcast, and I actually gagged.
The big boy there picks it up and just goes for it.
Fuck no, man. I don't even want to see this. Oh, fuck no.
One chick's eating it with a spoon. The other two guys are
double fisting.
They're swimming in it.
Oh, God.
I'm serious. Can you change the channel, please? Fucking hell.
Look at the way.
Oh my gosh.
So much mayonnaise.
Hang on. Mayo test.
Eggs, oil, and cholesterol.
Cholesterol is good for you, though.
Yeah, not by the gallon, though. I don't think it's all HDL.
Lord have mercy. Oh,
yeesh.
By the way, I was asked earlier what the whiskey of the week was. It's gone now, but Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that?
I actually got a photo.
It's at my liquor store.
I can't find
Top shelf. Where you
fucking
find it?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
It's not easy to find. Not on every corner.
I've been looking.
Gone.
Daimyo.
Yeah, what's up?
We'll have some of that at ICC if you They do end up coming.
Yeah, but we're doing
not.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
closer.
you had
and
to pick one.
I'm traveling back home, like literally within a month, so I can't make that trip flying out.
It's a busy
understand.
fall.
We'll
for
have
us.
one in your favor.
If you are
Please
curious how good that bourbon is, this was Jim last night because of it.
No, you don't. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
okay.
No, I mean, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come
Are
on.
you sure?
Yeah, come on. Come on.
No.
Oh no!
You passed out in Discord?
Just
Not in Discord.
every
like
now
the
and then, every now and then he.
Let's to be fair, what time was this?
2:30.
I think it was in the 3s.
That's saved, by
Yeah.
the way.
I'll send you a better version.
Yeah,
Still
please
not as good as John Craver's.
Nothing.
Yeah, that thing's gonna top.
That was epic.
Ever top.
Legendary.
About a John Graber's there. But man.
Yeah, I need to take it easy on these bourbon bottles, I think.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That was a
They'll
half a
sneak up
bottle
on you.
paired with a long day, and I actually fell asleep watching Caleb play video games, so it's his fault.
Wow.
Well, the first
Yeah,
bottle
put me to sleep with your video game playing.
When we first started getting into it a few weeks ago, like I was able to keep that bottle for like a week, and then now I've got like 4 or 5 empties. I keep a few like one of the nice ones, the nicer ones.
Yep.
I don't really sip from, but then I found a few of them that I like that are like $40, so it's too easy to just go through it in like 3 days. But like after work, it just goes down too easily. I'm not going to get to the point where I'm killing bottles every night, but
no, yeah, and
bourbon
and
is
see
delicious.
That's my thing too. Is I'm I'll only get it Friday night, and if the occasion rises, like last night, we were gaming and we were having fun, just hanging out and stuff. I drank half of it then, and drank the other half today. So
yeah.
Did anybody watch the Ball State Missouri State game?
No, you got a highlight?
No, I don't have a highlight. I'm just curious if anyone has any idea what's happening here. It's only a picture too, so I mean,
where's the other?
You got half of you got the fucking defense down here on the ground.
Yeah, there's a safety out there by himself.
Yeah,
and everybody else is huddled up on the side.
How does this happen?
Huh?
Were they just running a sprint, like a practice during timeout or something?
Ooh, Oregon took the lead back.
Can you do that?
I guess so. I guess you could get out there and practice something. Never seen that before.
Oh, so this is actually the game that I showed earlier with the crazy the popcorn. Yeah. Huh.
I'm hoping so. It's Barstool tweeting.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a whole bunch of
Middle
Eastern things. What?
That's weird. I'm looking at the play closer.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, there's of course
that's called 11-on-1 drill.
Yeah, look at this timer. Like, why is it all? Is this really what ESPN Plus is putting out?
No. Well, and I will say, so our broadcast today also had some issues. We had some black screen moments. We had some audio issues.
I had audio issues on ESPN Plus tonight also.
You weren't on ESPN. Oh, just watching on ESPN Plus?
Yeah, we watched it on ESPN Plus.
I see.
And about every 5 minutes, we would have about 30 seconds of no audio.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna hide that until you find what you want. But yeah, I want to pull up real quick, we're probably gonna round out here. We're kind of winding down. I can feel it, but just taking a gander around the country here. Of course, we touched on Notre Dame, but Oregon has finally bounced back. They're up by 7 now.
I never
Even
thought
though
I'd be pulling for
they've
Boise
been
State.
trailing for a while, but they got that. Arizona's got theirs handled. Southern Cal has it going. Ohio State, I don't know if they should be 2, but we'll find out. We'll find out when they get some serious competition. Michigan, Ole Miss. Penn State struggled a little bit with Bowling Green. Anybody see any highlights of that one?
They did struggle a lot of the game. They only won by 7 points, I think.
That's wild.
Yeah. Penn State, I don't know if they just didn't wake up, but yeah, Bowling Green was rolling on them for a while, but they finally turned it on there in the second half and closed it away. If you look, it was 24. It was a very close game the whole way through. So
Missouri's a little disappointing too.
Depends. When did second and third string come out?
Well, yeah. So let's. They definitely came out after. I don't know. Eli's a bit of a.
All right. You know what? I could find that out.
Horn dog.
They definitely did slow it down in the second.
So Brady Cook played the majority of the game. Drew Pine only threw 6 passes.
Huh. Well, interesting.
I mean, they got a lot of people involved. A lot of people have stats from this game. So,
yeah.
But I do find it surprising that
they probably played
a defensive blowout, which is good.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have expected a little bit more. Not 70.
Ooh, here's a close one.
Very close. That was a struggle win.
Houston or Oklahoma has.
They got a safety. Wow.
Oklahoma was a high point favorite in this game.
Yeah, Oklahoma has to drop.
To be fair, they only gave up field goals, but geez.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a walk in the park for them today.
We touched on Arkansas. That was sad to see. Man, they had a chance, but they let it get away from them, man. They completely sleptwalked through the whole beginning of the second half and just that's aggravating.
Hey, anyone remember why Kirk Ferentz got his 1-game suspension?
No.
I didn't know he had one.
Yeah, so they did a self-imposed 1-game suspension, but I can't remember why.
Oh, and Tech found their loss now. Syracuse got them.
Oh, it's probably
Clemson got their win. We were expecting App State to, that's upset you. We were expecting them to do a little something, but they didn't.
I would say they had one of the biggest in history, and I think Northern Illinois may have topped them today.
I agree. Yeah, because really Notre Dame had nothing but playoffs ahead of them. They really did, and they just shit the bed today.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I want them out of the way, out of the picture, because they're a non-conference kind of person. And
if anything, this will probably, because what would be their redeeming thing is if they were in a conference that they could win, say the ACC, right? Because all the other sports, they're in the ACC. If they were in a conference, they could still win their conference and get into the playoffs. But now, after this loss, they're done. They will not be in the top 12. They will not be. They won't be anywhere near it. They can't. And if they are, that's an
There's some
abomination.
bias. There's some bias
that's
going on if they are.
an abomination. They have no business being anywhere near that.
So Ferentz was suspended due to a recruiting violation surrounding the recruitment of former Michigan transfer quarterback Cade McNamara. So he walked out. So if you don't know, which I did not know this, Kirk Ferentz has been the Iowa head coach for
55 years.
Yeah. Well, just assload of time.
Yes.
And so last week was actually the first time in however long that he or Hayden something did not coach a football game in America.
Huh.
And during the regular season, obviously. He walked out to many men.
Ah, nice.
I mean,
that's Trump's walkout song.
But that's like, dude, it's a self-imposed thing, and you're walking out of that. Come on,
Jesus, crazy.
That's wild.
Well, okay, so let's go ahead and round this out. And Caleb, you have a good segment that you like to try to do every week.
Yeah.
Did Game Day get it right?
Yeah.
So Game Day this week was in Ann Arbor. They were at Michigan, Texas-Michigan matchup. I think that was the right call.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue. I don't think there's anyone that can argue.
I don't think there were any other top 10 matchups.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. But the game of the week for me, and we'll go round table here. Game of the week goes to South Carolina and the Gamecocks with their embarrassment of the University of Kentucky.
I'm gonna ditto that. I don't think there's anyone that changed the narrative of their football team for this season.
You talk about 180. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and Beamer talked about it in his post game, where there were all these conversations about laziness and that we weren't out there to play for the university.
We're hungry
and different 180. I mean, but that's college sports. That's you see that in every sport. You were talking about why we love college football, and for those exact same reasons, it's one of the reasons I love college baseball. Is you get to see these microcosms of the everyday man.
That's the word of the night too.
Microcosm.
Yeah.
I mean,
your biggest word said on this podcast in a while.
Thanks. It's just how can you not be romantic about it? It's a beautiful game.
Just college athletics, the heart, the passion, the desire to get to the next level is just unmatched. Matt, what's your pick for game of the week and your opinions on game day?
I think Game Day got it right. Like again, two Big Ten, top 10 opponents going at powerhouse programs. No other competition this week. But I'm with Caleb. I think any time that a team can open up the Kentucky Wildcat Prices hotline, I'm all for it. All lines are jammed. All calls are jammed.
Making Bob Stoops sweat a little bit. He might be the longest tenured coach, but your seat ain't secure, Bubba.
Yeah.
If he could run for governor, probably up until about 12 hours ago, and win, I don't know what's going to happen now. It depends on how they rebound, if they do.
Yeah.
If they spiral out of control.
They got Georgia next, so
so that's not going to get any easier.
Too high.
Now, like I said earlier, their offense appears to be trash. They had negative 11 or negative 22 or negative 11 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
What?
Negative 11 yards in the third quarter.
Third quarter, yeah.
Wow.
Actually went
Now
backwards in stats.
they picked it up in the fourth
Penalties.
quarter.
Penalties.
They did cross the
penalties.
50 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Hotlines are open. It's all now.
If you take away all those penalties, you have a close game because we were predicting before, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
In all honesty, we were predicting before
It was
that
going
it was going to be a
down to
tough
field
game.
goal.
If they didn't keep shooting themselves in the foot, it would have been a battle.
It would have been a much better game. I don't know.
Up.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been the case of it's going to really come down to whoever has the better kicker. But I think it's probably a 24-10 game if they don't keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Now how they get those 4 points, I don't know, but that sort of score.
Right.
I don't think it's a 25-point victory.
Right. But Matt, that's your game of the week too, right?
Yeah, I'll go with that. First SEC matchup game of the year.
Yours is a close second.
Season.
I mean, although not as unexpected
statement worthy,
it was still a good representation of the SEC, and the powers of the SEC are here to perform.
And of course, you got to give Tennessee a check mark on beating the shit out of the ACC.
And that was the biggest loss that NC State had since 2000.
Damn. Wow.
So,
there you go with the stats coming in.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that I was proud of the balls. It went a lot better than I thought. I thought our defense was probably the better. I mean, the highlight of the game. You know,
Right.
we've only given up 6 points this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
This season
Wow.
so far. And you go back to the Iowa game, we still have given up 6 points in our last 3 games.
Yeah. I don't look forward to seeing you.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I'm trying to remember if we have to see you.
I'm not
Nope.
deep enough
Yeah,
yet into this stuff to
Well,
be able to answer it yet.
Just on the outside, what have you heard? What do you think?
I mean, seriously. So I caught a little bit of the Texas versus Michigan game today. That was it, and I haven't really been looking into other teams. And honestly, I don't even know what that next part is. The we guys are talking about the calls.
Calls.
The segment. I don't know what that
game
is.
Game of the week?
Yeah, game of the week.
Yeah.
Just like what was the best?
Like most impressive. Like last week with Vandy getting their win.
Weren't you guys referencing some other like podcast or something? Like where they make a no? Did I miss
So
something?
there's College Game Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's ESPN.
That's the pregame show.
Yeah.
They were at y'all's game last week.
Okay.
I'll
It's
start.
the
I
it's
start
the
trying to go
premier
to the biggest game in the country every week.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So what it was
most of the time.
Were they right? Were their estimates correct?
Yeah.
Or did they just completely miss?
No, and that makes sense. And you know, you guys know this. I'm just getting into it, so it's going to take me a few weeks to kind of start understanding the groove of it, and you know, actually putting some effort into looking into stuff throughout the week. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully next week I can actually watch the game and have something to talk about for it.
Right.
And that'll make tonight. I know I was a little quiet on it, but like I missed the game. I couldn't really watch it. But it's nice to listen in and kind of get a sense of the atmosphere, you know, for college football. So
a lot of it is learning. There is so much. Like honestly, I can't believe you don't feel, at least not that I know of, don't feel overwhelmed by it, because
I am overwhelmed.
Okay. It's so crazy.
It's so much. But when you let the passion overtake you, like how I did after our loss to Tennessee in 2015, like I just started looking deeper, and you find podcasts, and you find cool people like Rose 60 and Locked On Bulldogs and Dog Nation. For me, right? Like that's my go-to when it hits. When September hits, and a little bit before that, that is all that I fucking watch. and unfortunately, that is at the detriment of your podcast, Daimyo.
It's good. It's just a season.
I'm completely checked out to conspiracy stuff, and
to be fair,
I'll take this opportunity.
Your
We'll
podcast,
shout out
his wife, his family, his job.
Yeah. No, and I'll take this moment. Hey, Daimyo has a channel, Gatekeepers Daimyo, Gatekeepers Daimyo.
He's smart. He'll post it in the chat right now.
He does some conspiracy stuff, some interesting topics into the rabbit hole kind of, just unique thinking, just examining theories and evidence or stories, and we expound upon that. I'm on there a lot. Again, football kind of takes me away a little bit, but depending on the topic, I might still be able to jump in because
and like you already know where we stand on that, and maybe one of these days our channels will cross and we'll do a college football conspiracy stream.
We're gonna get you there. You're gonna be locked in.
That one. There's ones all over baseball. They are funny and they are awesome.
Sign me up for that conspiracy.
For sure.
Oh, bro. Sub to Daimyo.
Next week I'm excited to actually watch the game and get into it.
Who y'all playing?
Try to find I don't know actually. Is it Michigan, or I could be wrong on that? Don't go. No, it's Florida. It's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Yeah, third week.
You're likely to hand Florida another L.
Yeah, you might be able to watch that. That might not even be on ESPN.
That might be SEC Network.
Are they pretty good this season? Is that what you're saying? Oh no, they're not. We're gonna spank them. What do you guys know what the final score was for A&M today?
2 to
I was gonna say last I checked it was 38 to 0, and I was like,
10,
all right,
I think, something like that. 10.
Yeah. The McNeese State Cowboys.
Yeah.
And all right, well,
so Caleb is also referred to as King's Advisors. He does a lot of medieval, a lot of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. It's very fantasy element, but he does a lot of gaming over there. A lot of hanging out with friends. He's good friends with Drunk 3PO.
If you tune into him in June, he does a lot of Pride streams. I don't know. You forgot about that.
only for the acolyte.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good channel. Check it out too. He does some good shit over there. You might like it. I'm also over there from time to time. He'll do some chill streams too, so you might even be able to jump in on a stream. And Matt, you hang around with all of us.
I'm just everywhere. You never know where you see me.
Yeah, you're all over the place. VAC2, John Graber, you're all over.
Yeah,
it's fun being like in a random place and all show. Hey, wait a second, you're here too.
Yeah. So let's go around.
Yeah, you never know where you see.
For sure. Let's go around. Georgia has Kentucky next week. South Carolina has
LSU at College Game Day.
Ooh, that's right. College Game Day. And
quick. Though I will say, it's not really a award. I mean, there's really no other option. Like, pull up week 3. There's one current top 25 matchup, and it's like Kansas State versus someone else.
But
and
still exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm
the last time.
Yeah, the last time they went was opening day. It was the opening game between. I actually think it was also the first time we played between A&M and South Carolina. It was the year after Johnny Manziel, and South Carolina was ranked like number 9 in the country. It was our highest start ever, and got our asses beat.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
hopefully,
I think we lost.
hopefully we don't have a game day repeat.
Yeah,
I think LSU was gettable this year, though.
That's okay because the year before, College Game Day came to South Carolina, and we beat Georgia. Number 6 South Carolina beat number 5 Georgia 35-7.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, folks. No, that's college football, man. That's college football. Matt,
next year y'all
who
beat
does
our
Tennessee have next week?
We have Kent State get your last easy game before we run out to Norman, Oklahoma. So.
But Kent State's good enough that it'll, if there's anything that y'all need to look at, you'll be able to see it there.
It'll iron some problems, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, we got a little test this week, just a little bit. So a pretty good, top 25 opponent. Then we'll have next week to iron a few things out. Then it's off to Oklahoma, and that's where it really gets serious.
Absolutely. I'd love to say the same thing about A&M, but playing Florida. Where is it? Do you know?
I think it's a home game.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious? That's not fair. Wait, no. Actually, I think it's at Florida.
It's in the swamp.
So you got to deal with the swamp.
That's rough, though. In the swamp is rough, but Miami just proved that it can be done. Yeah.
If A&M goes up early, they'll leave.
Right.
Those fans will leave.
They will. Well, and we've seen that today with in Kentucky.
Yeah, we got a penalty for it too. They threw it
out of there.
Yeah, they threw an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at our players waving goodbye. Which is bullshit. That's
a penalty I'll take every day.
Yeah, who else has done that? Every fucking team's players have gone, bye, guys.
Bye. Have a wonderful time. Well, what a good way to end it with saying goodbye. Everyone, I appreciate you
everyone
here. Daimio, Matt, Caleb.
Yeah. Thanks again for having me.
Y'all are awesome. I look forward to next weekend. Week 2 is in the books, guys. This has been 11 Deep Podcast, Dawgcast, excuse me. And we will catch y'all next Saturday night at 11 p.m. As usual. Get used to it. Hit the subscribe, hit like, hit the bell so you find when we go live. And we'll catch y'all next week. We'll see you.
Later.